What's going on, guys? Zanbono here, and we are back with Week 5 of our fantasy franchise. So, just so you guys know, if you're watching this and you have not watched some of the episodes before, you'll be able to see a link to the episode prior to this. This is a fantasy team, so this is not the real Titans squad or the real Dolphins squad. We have just a mixture of a bunch of different players, and you can go back and actually watch the draft and see which players we have on our roster right now. But before we get started, I'm going to do my predictions for Week 2 in the NFL this week, because I'm not going to be able to have enough time to make a video for that separately, unlike I did last week. So last week, unfortunately, I went 9-7 on my picks. I know that's a more than 500 record, but I feel like I could have done better and made some better picks. There was a couple games I fell off towards the end when I got the final 2 games of Sunday wrong, including the Sunday night game. I thought for sure the Cardinals were going to beat the Patriots with Gronk out, Jimmy Garoppolo in, and I just thought that was for sure a win, but they ended up losing at home somehow to the backup Patriot squad, basically. So then we go on to Monday night, and I lose both the Monday night games. So I'm 9-7 right now, headed into Week 2, and I'm actually recording this during the Thursday night game where the Jets and Bills are playing. But before the game started, I decided I was going to go ahead and pick the Jets, and right now it is early in the third quarter, and the Jets are losing 24-20, but I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going to pick the Jets for this week. So you can see on the screen right now, it's going to show the offense for the Titans team that we're going to be playing against. Their quarterback is Russell Wilson. I think that's the one thing they don't end up showing there on the screen. But I'm going to run through these predictions fairly quickly so we can get to the commentary of this game. So, like I said, I have the Jets beating the Bills on the road this week. Then on for the Sunday games as we get started, I have the Panthers beating the 49ers. I have the Cowboys going on the road and beating the Redskins. I have the Steelers winning their home opener against the Bengals. I have the Giants winning the rematch of last year's epic shootout between Drew Brees and Eli Manning against the Saints. I have the Dolphins losing to the Patriots on the road, even though I think that's going to be a close game. The Dolphins always pull off a win once every year against the Patriots for the last 3 years, but all of those games have come at home, and I don't think the Dolphins are going to have the firepower to outscore the Patriots this week, so I'll take the Patriots in that game. The Chiefs and Texans in the rematch of the just absolute barn burner of a beating in the playoffs last year by the Chiefs, but this time around, I think I'm going to go with the Texans at home over the Chiefs. The next matchup, I think, is an interesting one between the Titans and Lions. I think it's a pretty close matchup that I'm not exactly sure who I think is going to win, but I'm going to go with the Lions. They were able to pull out a win last week. I think that their offense will be able to put up enough points that they should be able to avoid being outscored by the Titans offense. The Ravens and Browns, I feel like this is an easier pick. The Ravens look better than I expected them to last week. The Browns look worse than I expected. And with RG3 out, I'm going to take the Ravens to win this game on the road. The Seahawks at the Rams. Now, I want to say this is an upset pick where I'm going to pick the Rams to beat the Seahawks. Clearly, the Rams looked horrible on Monday Night Football. The Seahawks didn't look very good in their game against the Dolphins either, but the Rams seem to every year pull out a win against the Seahawks, so why not this week? We'll go with the Rams over the Seahawks. Buccaneers at Cardinals. I fully expect the Cardinals to bounce back and not take 2 losses in a row, so we're going to go with the Cardinals at home over the Bucs. The Jaguars at Chargers. I have the Jaguars pulling off a win there. I think the Chargers losing Keenan Allen is going to be a bigger deal than we expect. I think it's kind of going to happen. What happened to their offense is going to be similar to what happened to Jordy Nelson being lost from Green Bay last season. So I'm going to take the Jaguars in that game. I have the Falcons going on the road against the Raiders, and the Raiders pulling off the win at home in what's probably going to be a better matchup than I'm expecting. I have a feeling the Raiders are going to blow them out, but every time I feel like a team's going to blow someone out, the games end up being close. So the Raiders probably win a close one there. Colts at Broncos. That game's probably going to get pretty ugly. I'm going to take the Broncos just beating Andrew Luck all night long. So the Broncos getting the win at home. Then we go to Sunday Night Football. I have the Packers going on the road against the Vikings and pulling out a W in a really good game, which will be Sam Bradford's first expected start for the Minnesota Vikings. But I don't think that they'll be able to keep up with that Packers offense, even though they are playing a very good Vikings defense that will be playing at home in their brand new stadium. So I'll take the Packers. And then on Monday Night Football, I have the Eagles at the Bears, and the Bears pulling off the win against Carson Wentz and the Eagles in his second start. So I think the Bears looked decent last week in the first half, and then when we got down to the second half of the season, they looked pretty rough. So let's get on to the commentary now. Those are my picks for Week 2. As you can see right here, we just ended up getting sacked, and if you've been watching this clip so far, we've had a rough start. We held them in the very first possession to not really be able to do anything with the ball. They did get a first down, but then we forced them to punt. Philip Dorsett fumbled the punt, though, and they got the ball right back there in the red zone and were able to get a touchdown and get a quick lead on us to be up 7-0. So right there on 3rd and long, I tried to throw a pass to Josh Doxson. He did catch it, but unfortunately he fell down short short of the goal line. We were not able to score, and we have to settle for a field goal. But me being an idiot like I am, I decided, wouldn't it be kind of fun to try and just do a fake field goal attempt here and try and get some extra points instead of just taking the points early? I tried a little shovel pass, and it just works horribly. Not only do I not get the touchdown, but I lose 4 yards in the process, and I look like an idiot in front of all you guys, which is just a beautiful thing to have happen. You would think after watching the Dolphins game this past week when they played against the Seahawks, as you guys know, I'm a Dolphins fan, which is why I'm using the Dolphins. You would think after watching that game, I would realize you should take the points. Miami went for it on 4th and inches against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, like I said, ironically, the quarterback I'm playing in this game as well while I'm playing as Miami. We went for it on 4th and inches. We ended up, while we were in the red zone, not getting any points out of it because they stopped us on 4th down. Then we go back to their side of the field on 4th and inches, on 4th and short inside the goal line for a 27-yard field goal, and we get it blocked. Then Kenny Stills drops one of the easiest 71-yard touchdowns you'll ever see in your entire life. So it was a pretty disappointing game to only lose the game by 2 points, and though we gave up so many easy points on the board that we should have had. You would think in a game like this I would have taken the points, but I guess sometimes you just don't ever learn from your mistakes. You'll notice this week I decided to roll with my old running backs. I did not decide to go with Keith Marshall, who I signed last week. I just wanted to see what these running backs could do, and right off the gate, Forsett was running well, Williams was running well, so I decided to keep them in there and bring Marshall in mostly as just a pass-catching back because of his speed. You'll notice right here, I just try to dump the ball down to Doxson. He does complete the pass, so Doxson's getting some work early here. He didn't get as much work earlier in the season because I was pretty much just feeding Julio as much as I could and then running the ball, which I think is still a pretty safe strategy to have work for you. So right there, I hit Jones deep down the field in a beautiful post route. You'll see right here, I hit him right with not the same play, but the same route all over again because it's been working great for me lately. So here we are on the 6-yard line, lining up on 3rd down with only 15 seconds left, and I decide I'm going to try and run this ball, and it just gets stuffed. No, that ball was not going to go anywhere. So we end up just having to settle for a field goal attempt, even though I would have really liked to get the touchdown and make up for what happened earlier. I'm going to let the clock run down to 1 second, take a timeout, and then just take my chip shot field goal right here, put it through, and make it a 7-3 game going to halftime. So obviously, we are not in a high-scoring game right now, but some shenanigans do end up happening throughout this game, and you will see how crazy it gets. So B is wide open here. I hit him for a big strike, and Julio just goes down the sidelines. And unfortunately, I teetered a little bit too close to the sideline there, and it caused him to wobble a little bit, not be able to stay in bounds, and he got off balance and was caught from behind. So wide open for the curl route, picks up the 1st down, and moves us back down into the red zone. So maybe we can pick up some points here finally. We're going to run a counter play. Hand the ball off to Marshall. Marshall uses that speed to hit the sideline, and I try to do a little spin move because, like I said in weeks past, my juke move's just not working the way it used to, so I tried to go with a spin move, and that didn't work either, so I don't know what move I'm going to use from here on out. No one seems to quite get open to the way I want them to, especially when you have a shaky accuracy with such a low-rated quarterback. I decided to take off with my feet with Boykin and try and move the sticks, and I was able to by moving out to the right side of the pocket. We're going to line up here on 3rd and goal with a mesh formation, and hopefully we can pick up some points. I dump it down to Julio Jones, and he gets us down to the 1-yard line. So now I have this, for like the 3rd time in this game, the debate of do I want to take the points or do I want to go for it? I decided I'm going to go for it here, and it works out to my favor by running that PA Power O with the drag route on the tight end. I'm telling you guys, that play is money. If you want to see a little bit more about that play, I do have a video about that, and you can check that in my channel. It's in my tips and tricks playlist. So they're going to start running the ball again right here with Langford. I think they have Alshon Jeffrey as well, so they have a couple of Bears playmakers out there. With Russell Wilson, this offense is like sneakily good, I think. I was playing against them, and I was just like, man, they just keep moving the ball down the field, and I guess they don't have the guys you would expect, like some big, huge playmakers, but they have some really solid players on their offense that gave me some trouble throughout the game. Wilson's had some shaky accuracy at times, but he did what needed to be done. So Dorsett right here is going to make up for that fumble he had earlier in the game, and he's going to get me a pretty good kick return. He's going to bring the ball all the way down to the 47-yard line. He got some pretty good chunk yardage to get us past the 50-yard line to start this next drive. So right off the bat, that, I am going to try and just unload and hit Julio, and I'm not quite able to catch him in stride. I end up overthrowing him just a little bit, and that could have been a big play that could have put this game out of reach. So I just dumped the ball down to Sims, and I pick up some good chunk yardage and get myself in a really manageable 3rd and short here. So I'm going to try this little halfback wheel, dump it down, but it is intercepted, and they are going to return this pick deep. I go for the tackle, and for some reason, Boykin just keeps stiff-arming. He wouldn't dive. He wouldn't go for the tackle. He just kept stiff-arming the air, so they get an easy pick 6 because I wasn't able to trip up the man like I expected to do. So this is the part that really frustrates me. So I got really upset about that last play, and I said, I'm going to come right back with that play again, and I end up with the exact same result. And I could not be more upset about how that went down. I threw the ball just a second too late. He was wide open. By the time I finally had decided in my mind I wanted to release that ball, he just closed the gap so quickly and closed that space that there was nothing I could do about it. He just jumped right in front of the running back and took the ball out of my hands. You'll see right there, Michael Bennett got a sack, and if you watch on this play, it took a little bit longer to develop, but I caught him trying to scramble, and I sacked him again with Bennett. So that's 2 sacks in a row. He's coming up really clutch right now when I need him because we are down by 4 points here in the 4th quarter, and Bennett's coming up big when I need him to the most. So now they are stuck here on a 3rd and 18, obvious passing down. Bennett's stuck on his man, but scrambles off and gets him again. That's 3 consecutive sacks for Michael Bennett. It says 2.5 there because there was an assisted sack on the play, but man, you could not ask for anything better from your man right there. So I'm looking for my man deep right here, and I catch Julio. I catch him deep down the side and get some really big yardage there to put us in a good position while we're down by 4 points with 4 minutes left. So I'm going to try the screen pass out here, and I'm able to catch my running back, get a couple good blocks. Marshall's not quite able to pick up his stumble, and he trips over the first down to get us right on the border of the red zone, on the 20-yard line, looking at the end zone with 2.5 minutes left, and this is our opportunity to shine and to make this game ours. So Forsett breaks free for a really nice tackle right there, a beautiful little dive to let him know what's up, and we have taken the lead late in this game. And right when we thought we had a scare, we're feeling a little bit more comfortable now. So we're going to kick the ball off to the Titans, but the Titans end up getting themselves a pretty darn good return right here. And when I say a pretty darn good return, I mean down to our 40-yard line. So that was pretty frustrating, a 51-yard return to give up the next play after a touchdown. That pretty much wipes all the momentum off of our side, gives it right back to them, and all they need is a couple big plays. And when you get a run right off the bat to put you down to 3rd and inches, that is not the way that we want to start a drive. So we're going to try the double A-gap blitz here, show them some pressure, and hopefully they won't run and they might make a mistake trying to throw the ball. But they check it down to the flat, and we don't have anyone there. We miss the tackle, and they were able to gain some good yardage. Russell Wilson at this point, if you've noticed, with a minute 55, has only completed 3 passes on this game. We've contained him really well. Just we've done some really, really stupid things. So right there, they go back to pretty much the exact same play. They dump it back down to the left flat. That's his 4th completion for the game, but they get themselves in a 3rd and 3 on the 11-yard line. Wilson unloads, and we miss the tackle on Alshon Jeffrey, and he walks into the end zone and dances, celebrates, and spikes the ball while they take the lead late in this football game. So we are 4-0 right now going into the situation. We're going to have a big-time comeback here from Boykin, and it won't be his first if we want to stay undefeated. So we're going to start this off with a screenplay, and we're going to flip it to the other side of the field because the screen has been working well for me this game. We're going to dump it down, make the catch, get a couple blocks, spin, get a really nice block there, and we are going down the sideline all the way, and this is going to be a touchdown that is going to give us the lead in a really crucial moment. We make a big play, but there is a flag on the play, and I'm not sure who it's on. They show me Josh Doxson right there, and they say that it is going to be a block in the back. I could not be more upset about that right there. So we still get the first down because the block in the back happened way down the field, but it just erased such a big moment. Again, another way to just blow all the momentum away. It seems like every time we do something good in this game, we do something really dumb to shoot ourselves in the foot. By the end of this game, I'm pretty sure I have no toes left for how many times I shot myself in the foot. We're going to look for a play right here. We had a receiver slip down on the field, but we were able to throw the ball just underneath the first down sticks, run past them and pick up some yardage, and we now have about 35 seconds left, and we need a touchdown badly here. So Doxson gets the ball and brings it down to the 10-yard line, and that catch makes up for his penalty just a little bit, and it is 2nd and 2 with a running clock at about 20 seconds left. We look for a screen, but I see my fullback is open there, out there in the flat. I dump it down and get it down to the 5-yard line and burn our second to last timeout with 15 seconds left. So with 1st and goal on the 5, I think we're in pretty good position here. I'm going to try and run the ball, but they stuff it really easily, like annoyingly easily. I'm going to look for a touchdown here in the end zone on 2nd down. I see my tight end starting to slip through the coverage. I throw it up, and he makes a fantastic catch in coverage, but there's another flag. Can you believe it? It looks like it's going to be holding against Khalil, my center, and it is. Again, how many times can you shoot yourself in the foot and be able to come away with a win? Well, we still have one more opportunity, thankfully, to try and come away with this win. I'm going to try and run this route here, and I think I called the wrong play. There's 2 plays here that look almost identical, and this one doesn't quite have X running deep enough to get in the end zone, but I'm confident that Doxson can make a play. But it doesn't matter. We're sacked right there on the last play. No timeouts. We couldn't hurry up. And we take our first L of the season because of so many times we messed up with the fumble, the 2 interceptions, all the big penalties, just missing tackles. What else could you ask for, guys? How many more ways can you mess up a game and expect to win? So that's what happens when you shoot yourself in the foot too many times. You end up taking an L in a game that you definitely should have won. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I decided to let you guys see my loss, and we're going to try and come back next week. Hopefully we'll get that video uploaded soon and avenge this loss with a big win in a revenge game. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm Zanbono, and I'm out.